What's going on, y'all? What's going on? This is Jeff Trills, and we have another hot episode of the Go Hard or Go Home podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Trills, and like I always say, y'all know what time it is, right? Time to go hard or go homeless. Let's go!
I remember being homeless, and that's the moment I decided to go hard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, family? Listen, we got another hot one today, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm super excited to have this guest on. This brother is the king. I mean, I'm talking about heavy, high-level playmaker. Welcome to the top floor type of guy. You feel me? When I met this brother with my other mentor, I knew he was the source maker, right? The playmaker, the money maker, and the marketing millionaire giant. So before I bring him up, y'all know I want to show love to my man Jacoby, a.k.a. the coolest nerd ever. Right? And so before we bring him up, right, we want to show love and show y'all a little bit of who he is, how he got started, you know what I'm saying, and what he really do. So let's go ahead and go ahead and play that.
Setter, band frame, get her with whatever. I buy diamonds when I'm under pressure. And I apply shit, don't ever let her. Yeah. Look, I'm in the cut, the boy in the cut. Jump in the whip with the ceiling go up, we up. All of this grinding for what? It's funny when you niggas thought it was luck.
Yo, if y'all know, like I know, we about to bring up none other than the coolest nerd ever, Mr. Jacoby, to the Go Hard or Go Home podcast. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Listen, what's up, champion? We are getting this thing going. What's up,
poppin', man? Hey, listen, man. Hey, that first video, how you gonna introduce the world to me with the first video? That was hilarious.
That's what we do. We shake it up. You see, if y'all pay attention, he showed his whole story in that first video. Where he was, how he retired his mom, got his mama house, where he was at a job. That's very detailed. That's very, I think people need to see that. You feel me? Before they know the big brand and who you are and they get into all the spiciness about to get into, I want them to know the raw stuff, the go hard or go home and stuff. As we do at the podcast, you feel me? So now you know his timeline, his story of what it took him to get to where he's at today. Now we're going to get into it. Right? So, Jacoby, welcome to the Go Hard or Go Home podcast. We interview dope people who go hard so they never have to worry about going homeless, man. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I love it. I told you I love the name of this podcast, man. You jumped on my live. I was out in Miami. You jumped on my live, and I was like, yo, Jeff in the building, man. I was like, yo, you got one of the hardest name podcasts, and I couldn't remember what it was, but I kept thinking. I said, yo, it's Go Hard or Go Homeless. That was out when I first heard it. I was like, I got to get on that podcast somehow, some way, man. And you sent me the invite. I had to pull up. I'm actually out here at ATL right now. I'm at WeWork, right? Getting some more information, getting some more knowledge, doing some more networking, right? Always growing and always developing, man. So again, appreciate you having me on the show. Hopefully, I know I'm going to provide a lot of value, right? And I'm hoping somebody can take the information that I give you guys today and implement it and immediately tap in, man.
Man, listen, I already know you're gonna get the value because you're a high level playmaker. But like I said, I'm super excited and honored that you was able to jump on this podcast, man. Like you've been doing your thing for a long time. But people that don't know who you are, let everybody know who is Jacoby, aka the coolest nerd. Where you from, brother?
Okay, cool, man. Originally born in Chicago, Illinois. My mom sent me down to Arkansas, actually Arkansas. She sent me down to Arkansas when I was like 13, 14 years old, man, just because, Chicago, for what we know, heavily gang-related city, a lot of crime, a lot of stuff going on. My brother had just got in trouble. Playmaker, what's going on? My brother had just got in trouble and got locked up. My mom was like trying to prevent me from going down that same path. So she sent me down to grandma's crib, right, down to Arkansas. And I basically spent a lot of my time in Arkansas. But I always, for the cool factor, right, I remember I was always repping Chicago. It just sound better than Arkansas, right? So I ended up moving back to Chicago when I was like 19, 20 years old. Got into sales, right? I got into the phone industry, started selling phones, T-Mobile, Sprint. That was like my background. And I started my first entrepreneurship journey in Chicago selling shoes out of the trunk of my car, right?
Wow.
So that was my first taste of entrepreneurship.
So so how do you go from selling phones to selling shoes? Was it a passion of shoes? Like, how did you even get into the game?
That's a good question. So one of my cousins, right, he was selling shoes on eBay. He was like, yo, I sell these shoes on eBay, but I was always known as a hustler because I was selling phones and accessories outside of the actual store from my job. So I was like I was always top 3, top 5 salesman in the area, right, in the city, because I was a hustler. I would go to the barbershops and I would sell the Bluetooth headsets. I would buy them on a discount and go to the barbershops and I'll be flipping the headsets, making a little cash on the side. So my job didn't really care because guess what? Their commission sales was going up and I was making extra money on the side. So he was like, bro, you a hustler. Like the way that you selling accessories, I was selling discount codes too, right?
What you mean? What's that?
So I was working at Sprint. And if you work for certain jobs like IBM or Coca-Cola, guess what? You got like 15 to 25% off of your bill. So I was hustling discount codes to people in the barbershop. Like, yo, I can get you 20% off of your bill. Pay me $500, pay me $300. You gonna save $1,000 on your bill. I was 19, 20 hustling.
That's
I was going in here, right? Cool nerd type stuff. Cool nerd vibes, right? I was always on the same energy. So I was selling discount codes to people in the barbershop. Yo, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna give you this discount code and you gotta call Sprint. And they're gonna give you 25% off of your bill. Just pay me $151 time, right? So it wasn't the most ethical thing to do, but right. I was a youngin trying to figure out how to pay my bills, right? So fast forward, my cousin was like, man, you be hustling so hard going to barbershops and pulling up to restaurants, selling discount codes and selling accessories. Man, you should get into this shoe game because I don't got the energy to be doing that guerrilla marketing. I don't got the energy, but I know you will kill this, right? And that's what's good about having people in your circle that just seen a talent or a skill set that I had. He said, yo, you will get out here and go crazy. So I was like, man, put me in the game. We order shoes off of this website that I still use today. It's called Alibaba, right? Alibaba, we familiar with Alibaba. I was ordering off of Alibaba in 2007, 2008, 9, somewhere around there. I didn't even realize it. But that was the site. That was the plug, right?
So, wait. So you go to Alibaba and you get the knockoffs, right?
Yeah.
So you get the knockoff top. What was your best seller?
The Jordan 6 rings. The 6 rings. You remember the 6 rings?
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I had the Jordan 6 rings, bro. So the Jordan 6 rings, I was going crazy. So I was such a good salesman at the job at the mall. When I was in Chicago, my boss, the owner of the Sprint store, allowed me to bring my side business inside of the store and say, yo, I don't want to lose you, because he seen he was about to lose me to my side hustle. So he said, bro, you can stay at the job, just sell afterwards. Now you have a safe place. You can sell. So I basically had a booth within a booth.
That's crazy. Yo, that remind me of when I had my little liquor drink, Happy Juice, and I was down on West 4th. There was a Nutcrackers in New York. And, the police would mess with me. And the tattoo owner would say, put your drinks in the shop. And then you can sell them in the shop. And then you come back. Yo, it's crazy because I add value to that tattoo shop, right? They're like, man, get a drink and go in there to that tattoo shop and get it tatted up. So I had a couple tattoo shops carrying my drinks. So it's crazy when you become valuable, people want to keep the value around them instead of lose the value altogether. But I've never heard that. You was in a mall with it?
I was in a mall with it. So look, they used to come and grab phones and then get some J's at the same time.
Dude, that's crazy, bro.
Crazy. So that was like my first taste of entrepreneurship, man. And I was just doing my thing. And actually, I'm gonna give you a sidebar. This is the first time I understood the importance of credit too. I never understood the importance. No parents didn't teach me nothing about credit. Parents didn't teach me nothing about financial literacy. It wasn't their fault because their parents didn't teach them. So I can't blame my mom, right? But we just got to make sure that we, right, pour the information. Now that we know, we in the information era. We in the era where it's people like me and you that's out here pouring out value for free 99, right? So we ain't got no excuses, no more excuses.
No excuses.
Right? So the saying goes, if we ain't come from a rich family got to come from us, right? So,
slow that down. You can't be just running by those kind of balls, bro. Say that again, bro. Say that again.
If we didn't come from a rich family, then a rich family got to come from us.
Sheesh.
Right? So this is the first time, man, I didn't know anything about credit, but all I knew is that every time somebody that came in and looked like me, they got approved for one phone with a $500 deposit, right? Every time somebody that came in that was the opposite color of me, they were getting approved for 5 lines with a 0 deposit.
Wow.
And I was starting to see something. I was like, why does everybody look like me get approved for 1 line with a $500 deposit? But when I see someone of fairer skin, they're getting approved for 5 lines, 10 lines. 0 deposit. And I remember to this day, it was a girl who came in, maybe 18, 19 years old. And I started thinking it was age. I was like, oh, okay, maybe the issue. I still don't know about credit. I know it sounds ignorant now, bro. Me telling you I ain't know about credit, but like, I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was because of age. So to this 18-year-old white girl came into the store and got a phone, and she got approved for 5 lines with a 0 deposit. And I said, oh, what the heck is going on? I said, how do you have credit at 18 years old? She said, oh, my parents have been helping me with my credit since I was like 15. I've been on an authorized account. Yeah, I'm an authorized user. I have my credit. And I was like, blown. So at that moment, man, in hindsight, I realized, I know it now, but I didn't have the epiphany at that moment. But the epiphany now is that one of the secrets of wealth, secrets of getting rich, or the secrets of changing your life is one, just getting information. Like that was the moment that I read, oh, credit. I had that information. My life changed. I was like, oh, dang, credit. I can get more things allotted to me in life because of credit. This girl was 18 and I already had a head start over me, and I was like 23, 24. She was already 4 years ahead of me.
That's crazy. And the crazy thing you say about that is that a lot of us still don't know credit, don't care about credit. Like, okay, but some people are now waking up to credit, right? And it's important because now credit is a lot for a lot of people, right? And so you got this job, you understand the game. How long you got the job, and then where did the shift happen for you when you would say, okay, this job is enough? Let me tap into what I'm currently doing now. What was the shift?
Yeah, the shift. So still, I was hustling the J's. So I was like, okay, I'm in the job for 8 hours a day, but I'm hustling my J's for a few hours a day, and I get to control my time. And like I said, my boss was doing everything that he could to stop me from leaving, right? He was doing everything he could to stop me from leaving. But I was like, man, I'm actually losing money staying in this job, right? Because I'm a hustler. Like I'm gonna get out there and I'm all day with it, right? So I finally was like, you know what? I'm out. I quit my job, and I was like, yo, I'm going full time with selling these shoes. And I went full time with selling the shoes. I actually started a business. My name of my business was Custom Shoes for Custom Prices. Now, why do you think I called them custom shoes, Jeff?
Because Because they were not made. They were legit.
They weren't legit. So I called them custom shoes for custom prices.
That's crazy. That is
Right?
crazy.
I got business cards from Vista Print, man. I ran the whole play. Like not even knowing entrepreneurship wasn't a cool word at that time.
Right.
Like it's sexy right now.
It's
right?
the new sexy.
It's the new sexy. It wasn't sexy at that moment. It was just like, you ain't got no job? Like, what? So parents wasn't feeling it. Friends wasn't feeling it. Nobody understood it. But custom shoes for custom prices. I started my business. I upgraded from a Ford Taurus. I was trapping out of my Ford Taurus. Next thing you know, I made so much money, I went and bought me an Avalanche.
Woo, at the Avalanche.
I went and bought me an Avalanche. Y'all don't know about the Avalanche.
I know you thought you was on some 22s, some 24s. Did you put the rims on that thing?
Man, I had the regular wheels on that, but not only did I go and buy an Avalanche, I went and bought a 1982 Cutlass Supreme. I was making some money.
Oh, I had me 79 Cutlass Supreme. Now y'all don't know what the Cutlass Supreme do. That's that old sexy old school hard metal joint, right? The 2-door. Okay, you all right? If y'all know the Avalanche is 2-door, you know, yeah, that's that one.
2-door with it. I had that thing on 23-inch rims. I had Lamborghini doors on it. Hey, listen, I was going crazy with the shoes. Hey, Jeff, I've been hustling, bro. I've been hustling. So
now what happened when if somebody said, "Yo, these ain't the real ones"? How did you have that objective? Because in business, we got all kinds of objectives. So it's your first real business, right? And we know that they're custom. Or did you let people know up front that these are the bootleg ones? Or if they didn't, what happened when they came back and said, "Yo, this ain't the fish shoes"?
I love that question, bro. This is what I said. You have to. And that's what's so important about you have to prepare for objections. You never start a business, right? Well, I'm understanding that, like you said, you're going to have objections. You're going to have people going against your thought process or whatever you got. You got to prepare for that. So my saying at this time was, they are as real as you're going to get for the price that you're paying. That's what I said. Whoa, like, these ain't real. I said, yes, it's as real as you're going to get for the price that you're paying. That was my saying every time. Shut them down. I'd be like, oh, yeah. They'd be like, man, these ain't real. I said, it's as real as you're going to get for the price you're paying. And they'd be like, damn.
So how much you selling them for? What was the comparison?
I was selling them for 70 for one pair or 2 for 120. You got to have the promotions ready.
Gotta have the promotions ready. How important is promotions in marketing?
It's one of the 5 P's of marketing, bro. I'm gonna actually tap in. I got a whole document, right? As my boy, as you said, one of your mentors, one of my mentors also, consider him a mentor and a friend-tor. He always says, document the process, right? So he actually flew out to Miami and we frameworked my whole course, right? And my course was talking about how to get consistent sales. What was my expertise? And for me, one of the biggest things for me was formulas and frameworks, right? Everything that I do is formulas and frameworks. So he was like, yo, like, what is the one way that you, without a doubt, feel like you can help somebody get consistent sales? And we came up with this, the 5 P's of marketing. And I'm gonna actually go through that with you guys, right?
Yeah.
And one of the P's is promotion, right? So I'll dive into that in a second. I'm gonna zoom through this story, but I'm gonna show you guys some real tangible information that you can take some pictures of, screenshot, get your phone ready, get your notepad ready, right? Because this is some valuable info that took me years to learn, right? And I want you guys to master it in minutes, right? You get to start while I'm finishing that.
Woo! So,
right?
Story, I want to give a shout out to Matty J, because Matty J, CEO Matty J, if you don't know, he's the king of the car rental game. Not just that, he's a super high level playmaker. Matter of fact, both of them are high level playmakers. Kool Nerd and CEO Matty J. They got some stuff that they do, some things that you thought they would never be doing. Like when y'all see the work that they do and the things they control, it's crazy, man. High level playmaker, went to the top floor. So just go and play. I'll tell you a story, and we're gonna talk about what playmakers is, and that whole game, and what project that you worked on, and then we get into the source.
Okay, cool. So fast forward, like I said, I was hustling, doing my thing, and then from there transitioned to had a doing my thing with the cars, and I had a situation in Chicago. I actually ended up getting robbed. And that was the end of my shoe journey. And the way that I got robbed was almost. So we just talked about trading, right? And as traders, one of the most important things that traders typically do is they say stick to their system, right? Stick to whatever system that they have, they stick to it. What happened was I went out of my system. My system was I never sold shoes past 8:30 p.m. I never went to private locations. I always did my business in public locations. When you get greedy, right? So traders, it's a one of the most successful traders in the world. I think his name is Jesse Living, I forget, Liver Spoon or Liver something. And one of his principles is protect your ass, right? Always do that first.
Right.
Because when you get greedy and you start thinking about the money, your emotions not right. You need to think more 90% of protecting what you have than focusing on trying to go get more. All right. So in this moment, somebody called me late at night and I had the 6 rings on deck. I had them a week before they dropped. I made like $3,000 that day, Jeff. Right. I'm like 21, 22. I'm like, yo, I'm up.
Right. All the way.
Somebody called me and was like, yo, bro, can you come and pull up? And my sister want to buy some shoes, and my cousin want to buy some shoes, and my friend want to buy some shoes. We all try to buy some shoes. Pull up. I was like, nah, you know my rules, bro. My rules is you got to meet me at a public location. I don't pull up to nobody's house. Man, we're about to spend so much money. Pull up, boom, get robbed, whole inventory, plus my $3,000 gone.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So that's my rent money. That's my car note money. That's my livelihood. Everything gone in one swoop. Right. And that was the moment I realized, like, yo, being greedy is the worst thing that you can ever do. Right.
That's them deadly sins. Greed, boy, one of them.
Greed, one of the deadly sins. And so guess what? I had to go back to work. I lost everything. Went back to
Sprint?
So no, I actually went to go sell cars. I moved to start selling cars.
So you went from Sprint, selling phones, to selling shoes, to selling cars.
I was just selling.
Hey, I love it.
Selling.
So now you're selling cars.
I'm selling cars. Say it again.
Was you good at that?
Yeah, I was always top 3, top 5 selling cars. And this is where I met my first mentor, man. And that's why it's so important to have people in your life that come in and literally decrease your learning curve. They'll literally allow you to skip the line, right? You get the right person in your life, they knock off 5 to 10 years of being a stressopreneur, right?
Stressopreneur.
10 to 15 years of living on Stressing Me Street, right? They knock all that out. So I met this guy, and that's the first time he basically taught me about leverage. Because remember, at 19, 20, I learned about credit. Now at 25, 26, I'm learning about leverage in the car dealership. And he explained to me, he asked me a question. He said, let me ask you, who makes the most money, right? I'm missing a key part. In the process of me selling him a car, he was like, man, you're super bright. He was like, how long do you plan on being in this dealership? And I was like, man, I don't know. He was like, what's your goal? I was like, man, I'm gonna be a millionaire. He was like, okay, what's the plan? And I was like, man, I really don't know. I don't really got no plan. I don't really got no real plan. But he was just like, oh man, if you trying to be a millionaire, you got to have a plan. He's like, you can't be just talking. Like, and I was like, all right, cool. Well, what do you do? Because I seen on his application he made $60,000 a month.
A month?
And I had never met anybody that made a month. Right? I never met anybody that made $60,000 a month. And he was like, I was like, what do you do? He was like, man, I'm an entrepreneur. Right? And I was like, okay, cool. But how do I do that? He was like, well, let me ask you who makes the most money right now at this dealership. And I was like, man, Javier, because Javier be selling to all the essays. And he was like, no, not Javier. Who do you think really makes the most money? I was like, oh, the sales managers, because the sales managers get paid off of everybody work. He's like, nah. I was like, who? He was like, see, the person that's making the most money right now in this dealership, you're not even thinking about him because he ain't thinking about you.
What?
He said, see,
Dang.
the thing is,
say that one again.
He said the person who's making the most money in this dealership right now, you ain't thinking about him because he ain't thinking about you. Y'all ain't even in the same wavelength. You don't even realize that somebody, a regular person, everyday person who wakes up, does everything that you do, owns this joint. All right. And he said, Jacoby, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. As long as you work for money, you're gonna always be broke. You got to find a way to make money work for you. See, right now, you don't know anything about leverage. All you know how to do is be leveraged. Mess me up. Mess me up. I never heard a black man talk to me that way. Never. I said, yo, you seen what's that movie? Wolf of Wall Street?
Of course. That's what it remind me of, man.
Yeah, he basically, I was like, yo, I'll quit this job right now if you take me under your wing. He was like, don't quit it yet. But basically introduced me, a lot of us people in the entrepreneur space, our first time real entrepreneurship was like network marketing.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I actually got into network marketing. He had me selling coffee and all this other stuff, but it was like a school for entrepreneurs. My mind was getting developed. So I wasn't even caring about the money. My mind was just twirling and twinkling. It was just going so crazy. And then that's how, fast forward, I end up starting doing public speaking. And then I end up meeting Matt. And Matt actually was the person who introduced me to this space.
Wow, it's crazy. So you went from the car dealership to meeting the high-level playmaker that you didn't know was a high-level playmaker in that sense, that took you away and introduced you to the education of entrepreneurship through this network marketing industry, right? And from there, you start public speaking because I know you're probably doing presentations, right? So which engage your public speaking a tool. And so from that point on, right, how did you and Maddie meet?
So Matt, we actually had a mutual friend. So I now am speaking at this company called Isogenics, right? It was like a health company. And me and Matt had a mutual friend who both respected us as high-level playmakers. And she was like, she's putting a play together. She's like, yo, I know you, I know him. Y'all need to connect somehow, some way, because something can happen, right? And like, so she ran a play, right? Her name is Ebony. Shout out to Ebony. But she ran a play. I was doing an event and Matt pulled up. This was like 2015. And now I'm out of the cars. I quit the cars. I'm building my team, building a company. And Matt is in the crowd listening to me talk. And all I hear is bars. Bars. Whoo, bars. I'm like, who the heck is this? Talking bar? I never heard the word bars, bro. He like, bars.
Anybody who know Matty J know that's the way he stayed to this day. Woo, bars.
Bars. Bars. Right? Bars. I'm like, man, who is this annoying dude steady talking about bars? Golly. So I look over and it's some big, tall, lanky Nigerian guy with these big glasses on and gold chains on. I'm like, what the heck is this dude with this crazy outfit on, just being seen? I'm like, okay, all right, okay. He got a vibe to him. So the girl, Ebony, was like, yeah, Jacoby, let me introduce you to Matt. Y'all doing? So we sit down and we talk. And Matt just on some soprano stuff. He's just sitting there just listening, he's just talking. We both talking, we vibing. And the energy was just good. And he was like, man, I need somebody like you in my company. So actually, Matt was actually the founder of Digital Brands.
Oh, wow. The company that you now own and run.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yep. So he's like, man, I need somebody like you on the team, man. He was like, you have a skill set that I'm working on and I'm trying to get better at. Like, I'm trying to get better at public speaking. Like, I'm really good at processes and documenting, and I'm super analytical, but I haven't fine-tuned that skill yet of public speaking. But he's a beast now.
Oh boy, off the chain.
He off the chain. That's the thing. If you don't sharpen that sword, somebody will skyrocket right past you, right? And he's a student. He's a student first, right? So for me, I was like, okay, cool. Let's sit down. Let's talk. We end up talking. He blew my mind, showed me all these systems, all his marketing, all his branding, and all I knew was sales, right? So he introduced me to marketing, branding, psychology when it comes to clients, understanding how to win and influence my clients' trust, right? How to build funnels, and that's it. Basically taught me the game, man. Brought me in. And from there, it was just about what I did with it. And then from there, we just kind of like took off. We started reaching out to high-level influencers, and we ran some plays. That's how we build digital brands.
And so this is what we like to get into while everybody's tuning in, while people are here, because they want to know, how does this whole marketing process happen? How do you get in front of high-level playmakers? How do you do the things that will allow you to actually get sales going consistently forever and ever, right? The thing that makes you great, right? Because people got products, they got services, right? They just don't know how to get those things to the masses in a way where it converts into a sale, right? And so what makes digital brand so different from everybody else? Why is digital brand a successful 7-figure company? What makes them this brand become what it is?
Yeah, man. So it's about taking initiative. So what we did was, our business model was, okay, we can swipe at the feet all day, right? We could go and look for small companies and slide in everybody DM. Do you need a website? Do you need marketing? We can do all that. That's one way. A lot of people do that. But when you actually have some skill set behind you, right, and something tangible that you can show and prove, we was like, why go for the small fries? We'll just go for the head, and then everything else will follow. Right. So we started reaching out to high level people in their space that didn't have everything together. So like Ming Lee, right? She was a big into the beauty industry. Matt reached out to Prima Donna, who was big in the waist trainer industry. These people had 6 or 7-figure businesses, but they didn't have the structure down, right? They didn't have the design process down. And another business partner of ours is called App Guide. One of the most talented designers and coders of our time, right? He's killing. He was always super talented, always good at making things come to life, but he wasn't the best when it came to reaching out, marketing. So that's about the team. You got to hire a team, right? So that goes to the saying, like, people always say, the number one reason why small businesses fail is because of lack of money. That is a reason, but it's not the number one reason. One of the number one reasons that small businesses fail is the lack of collaboration, the lack of connection, the lack of building a team, right? So when you come in and you utilize, and we leveraged everybody's skills. Matt leveraged my hustle skill, right? We leveraged Matt networking skill. We leveraged Philly App Guide design skill. So we started reaching out to these high-level people saying, yo, here's a website already done. Can we earn your business?
So wait. You said there's a website. You already did their website?
Already done.
Sheesh.
Already done. Here it is, already done. Can we get on a call? This is what you have. This is what you can have. Can we get on a call? Not know what I like to. Can we talk? Can we set up an interview? Can we get on the phone? No, it's already done. Right.
I want to point this out. Everybody's tuning into this right now. First of all, drop flames in the chat, because Coolest Nerd dropping the bars. This bar right here he's talking about right now is crazy, because I did the same thing when I first met Coach Stormy. Right, we was in a similar company, and I knew blogs. She got in the blog game. She didn't understand how to make a website look like it's supposed to look. So I shot a little screenshot video. Said, "Hey Stormy, I see this little chinks in the armor." Boom, boom. I said to her. She said, "Oh my God, thank you for that random act of kindness." And to this day, we're really, really, really great people, really, really close in a sense, right? And so if y'all didn't take nothing from this this live yet. It's the simple fact of whatever product or service you have, and you got the solution for that person, already present the solution so that when they see that this is your situation, here's the solution for your situation, let's get on the call. Now you're talking to somebody who you know has influence, who has reach, but they're missing the things that you can provide. Show them how you can provide it for them, right? And then say, listen, I can tell you more about how this can benefit you in 10 times more than a little bit, right? Like when I talk about crypto, whatever, I say, people that get into trading and these parents may not have the time to trade, but their children do. How about creating an account? Let your children practice trading while you are working the job. Let your children earn their stay. Wow, didn't think about that. My kids are on the computer all the time. They don't tell them about trade, and now they can do that inside of your account, and you collect the money. Mind blown, right? You got the Picasso, the vision, paint the vision for them, so that it's so clear they have no choice but to say yes. But I mean, man, that's and y'all was doing that back when?
It was 2015.
Sheesh.
It's 2015. So somebody actually asked the question, what's the best way to get started in digital marketing and business automation? That's actually what we just said is one of the best ways, right? That's actually one of the best ways is doing the work either for a small fee of someone else, helping someone else grow their business, right? And either doing it for a small fee or doing it for free, right? And getting that experience and getting your feet wet and learning while you earn, right? Because it's a slew of information that you can find on the internet. You can go, yeah, I'll be done in a few minutes. Yeah, I'm good. I'm probably about 10, 15.
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
When you get ready to leave, just make sure you take everything because you walk out.
Live and direct, y'all.
My bad, y'all.
Are you good?
Yeah, so I'm good. All right, we back. So, dang, what was I saying? Oh, right. So learning while you earn, right? Learning while you earn is one of the most important ways, right? Because again, it's so much information that's readily accessible to us because we live in this information era, right? We can go to YouTube and we can run these plays by ourselves. I personally recommend, and I like to have things in a framework in a module lesson type format, and I'm gonna actually show you guys a module lesson type format. So I'm gonna share my screen with you, and I'm gonna share with you some stuff. So, right, I'm actually share my actual screen. I'm not gonna share not my slides. I'm gonna share my actual screen. All right. So, can y'all see my screen?
Yep, we can see it, babe.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna get into that question, but I actually got everything documented. This is wholeheartedly what I believe. Everything, what I have written down right here is exactly what you need to make money online, get consistent sales online, get into digital marketing online, whatever, anything online on how to monetize. This is the holy grail. This is the manual for it, right? Of course, I would have to elaborate to go into these different segments, but I'm just going to give you guys the format. I'm going to give you guys the format of it. So before you get into digital marketing or any industry, you have to research that industry, right? So if my goal is to get into digital marketing, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to list 5 companies that are offering a similar service of what I want to offer first, right? Then I'm going to do the next step, which is listing the strengths and the weaknesses of those companies. Now, the reason why I like to list the strengths and the weaknesses of those companies because I want to make money in a gap. I want to make money in the gap, right? The gap is the weaknesses. Those are the pain points, right? So now when I position my offer or I position my offer to the audience, to the masses, I know what weaknesses the existing companies already have, what pain points the customers that they're serving are already have. And now I get to say, listen, I know, for example, Jeff, if you try to holler at a girl, right? Holler at a woman or whatever it may be, and she's complaining all day on her story, on her timeline, is my man never brought me flowers, and you're interested in her, what would you do?
Buy her flowers, the best ones, roses, whatever flowers you like.
Whatever she like. You made money in the Gap. You just ran a play. She told you the pain point. She said her man weaknesses. Right? So here's an example. We all know, we know Henry Ford. Henry Ford was the person who created the first car. So let's get down to the fundamentals, because here's the thing. A lot of people reach out to me and they want to talk about the technicalities of things, right? But we got to talk about the fundamentals. Right? We got to get down to the basics. Yes, we can run ads and we can get into SEO and we can get into all these funnels and we can get into all that. But no, let's talk about the fundamentals, right? So the fundamentals, Henry Ford, the person who created the first car. I don't know if y'all heard the story of Chrysler. Jeff, you ever heard the story of Chrysler, how Chrysler was created?
Nah, I haven't.
All right, so this is how Chrysler was created. So we know Ford is the first vehicle ever created, right? It's the first vehicle. Now, the person who created Chrysler, the way he created Chrysler, what he did was he went and bought a Ford, right? And this is what happened. His wife, super excited. Oh, baby, we got a new car. Oh, yay, we got a new car. Guess what this man did? He went in the garage and took the whole car apart.
So she didn't get to drive it?
She didn't get to drive it. He bought the car and he took the whole car apart. Not only did he take it apart, he put it back together. He didn't just do this one time. Story says that he did this over 100 times. Took the car apart and put it back together. Right? Why do you think he did that?
To understand the mechanics of how to build a car.
He wanted to understand the mechanics of how to build a car. He needed to understand the fundamentals in and out of what it took for every piece by piece to build his own vehicle. Right? See, a lot of us, we want to get out and we want to jump and start a business, but we don't want to do the homework. We don't want to do the work. We don't want to do the research. But that's why you got formulas, right? So the formula that I use is the 5 P's of marketing. Actually, this is 6. Right? And usually I start with people first. It's the bottom one, people, because I got to understand, who am I targeting? I got to understand who I'm targeting. What people usually like to focus on first is price. How much did I charge? How much did I charge? No, focus on the people first, and then we'll figure out the price later. Right? Because McDonald's and Ruth Chris both sell burgers, but obviously the target audience is different, which dictates the price. Right? So then after that, the place is, so this is in no particular order, but I'm gonna give you the order that I like to put it in. So people, then I like to focus on place second. And the reason why I like to focus on place, because for a certain type of people or a certain type of person, you have to have a certain place that is up to standard or up to the requirements of that person, right? So for example, you can't sell Louis Vuitton clothing and you're expecting to put it in the hood, right? You got to put it in an affluent area.
That's right, because you never see a Louis Vuitton store or Apple store in the hood. There's no Apple store in Greenbrier Mall. Never.
Because that's not their people. That's not who they targeting. Yep. So think about that for our businesses. You know how many times we cut corners when it comes to our website, our place of where people are coming to buy our products at? We want top dollar, but we cut corners when it comes down to the place of where they're shopping at. Right? And that's one of the reasons why I started the company, right? Well, we built up the company, Digital Brands, is where we help people with their branding. We help people with their place. We help people with their presentation. Because when people come to you and they see that this is a place that you invested in, guess what? They want to invest in you. Right? And then you asked me a question. You said, how important is promotion? Promotion is extremely important because at the end of the day, you don't want your customers to feel like it's all about cost and not about value. Right? So your promotion has to be on point because now you need to win and the customer needs to win. But as a good business owner, they're going to package their win in anyway, right? Good business owner, like real estate. You see a house that's being sold for $2 million, and that's the asking price. You better believe they probably in that thing for 1.2 or 600 for that. If that, they didn't already package they win in. So it's important that you, when you guys are building businesses, that you know your cost of goods, right? It's called COG. So I'm gonna show you guys some of these acronyms too, right? And it's important to know these acronyms because those are the fundamentals, right? So after the promotion, we can focus on getting the product. See, a lot of people focus on having the best product. You don't have to have the best product. So here's something that you guys can write down, right? Great marketing with a mediocre product beats a great product with mediocre marketing.
Why is that?
Because it's how you present it. If you market it, McDonald's, another example, right? They don't have the best tasting burger, but it's, you know, it's you know, all these jingles and they make it look good, or even if it's, for example, Nike, right? We have been brainwashed to feel like Nike is the best shoe, right? But no, they have great marketing. They have great marketing. They have great branding. So great marketing will beat a great marketing with the product being mediocre, outwin a great product any day. See, people spend so much time trying to fine tune the product, and we start going through analysis paralysis. And this is for coaches, because I'm guilty of this also, right? Is that I wanted to make sure when I came out with my program, is that I wanted it to be as comprehensive and digestible as possible. But I could have learned that through my customers. I spent so much time of trying to fine tune my product. And one of my mentors taught me that perfectionism is just procrastination in a tuxedo. So I was just being a person who was wearing a tuxedo thinking I'm trying to be perfect. Let your audience fine tune your product, right? So that's one of the things, right? So then through your process, how you're delivering results is the next P, and then focus on the price last, right? Because all of those first P's determine what you should be charging for your product.
That's strong. That's super strong. It's crazy that you say that, man, because this is why we're on this podcast, right? Because a lot of people are going to watch this or hear this. They're not going to even know this process, the 5 P's, right? Or the 6 P's. And I appreciate you sharing that, because people really understand the power of these P's and these processes and how you dissect them. Go ahead, my guy.
Super important. It's super important. So going back to the question of the person about the digital marketing and business automation is like I said, everything is framework. So once you get those 5 P's, right? We go back to it. Boom. All right. We go back to the 5. So once you get those 5 P's down, now you have to better understand your business plan. Now you want to write your business plan down, right? You have to figure out your why, your industry, your target customers, the current issue that you're trying to solve, right? What do you believe is currently causing a problem? All the way down. You figured all of this out, right?
Can you increase that so people can see it? I don't know if you can increase the file.
Let me see if I can increase the size. All right, let me see.
There we go. Awesome.
All right, so this is how to create a business plan, right? So this is so important, right? You talked about playmaker, right? We talked about brand name, right? This is so important. So us as playmakers, you know, we're on the same mission. Our goal, right? Our goal is to make sure that we're impactful, make sure that we're intentional, right? Make sure that we're providing value, making sure that we're going out and trying to be world changers, right? We have to have a mission. We have to have a goal in mind. We have to figure out how can we get people from where they're at, even if we're on step 2 or step 1. And this is another issue that a lot of us suffer from, is that we think because we're not at step 10 that we can't teach someone how to get to where we're at. And I've suffered from the same exact thing. Like I'm talking to you guys as I'm talking to me, right? is if it's always, it's an assembly line. It's always somebody trying to figure out how to get to where you're at. So even if you're on step 1, somebody at step 0, you can teach them how to get to step 1. All right.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
All right. So with us being on social media these days, comparison is one of those things that's it's like the killer of joy, where we're looking at everybody else on our timeline doing all these big things, and then we like, man, nobody will want to listen to me, but you never know who you're impacting. So it's important for you to write this information down, because you need to know, how are you different, right? What is your mission? How do you want to be perceived? How much you can afford to start your business early, right? So that's why it's important. Like even for my company, Digital Brands, I actually created a business implementation process where I take my clients through a flow chart, where if they're coming in and let's say they have no capital, right? And they have credit. If you got credit, you got capital, you just don't know how to pull from them. Right? So we help our clients go through a process, and it's not me. I built the company where I have everybody in place, where we literally take them through a funding process, help them get funded, and then we give them the actual strategy on where to put the funds at, whether it be e-commerce, whether it be setting up passive streams of income, whether it be setting up side hustles. Like I've tried to make a one-stop shop, right? Where I'm going to link you with an expert who's already qualified in that industry. That's why it's so important to build relationships. So if somebody, okay, cool, I get them 50K, right? What I'll do is say, when they want to get into the car industry, who you think I'm gonna send them to? I'm gonna say, listen, you need to go over to Matty J. He got the cars and bars. Boom, he gonna run the play. I got somebody who wants to do so everything. I make sure I funnel them to. If they want to start an e-commerce business, then we do everything right in house. If they want to start, if they're a coach and they want to start a coaching program, me and Matt actually started something that was super dope together. But now we're helping people with their programs, and we called it the 3 C's of impact. Right? Because again, everybody these days, everybody who has some knowledge, everybody's dropping a course. But what happens with a course is, if you have a course and we're relying on human beings to sit at home to take in this information, but it's a stat that I actually was introduced to by Matt. He said that less than 10% of people take the time to watch the course, right? So I've sat back and watched him and seen how much impact you guys have had through the community. Like I've been on a couple of your phone calls and I'm like, oh, this is different.
For sure.
It's different. So we actually created this and we said, okay, cool. I help people get the funding, whether it be whatever process, get the funding. And then now maybe they want to start a whole community or course program, right? To now be able to monetize their information and monetize their expertise. So it's the same framework now. Okay, how do I do that? Most people, okay, cool. I got an idea, but I don't know how to drive traffic. I don't know how to get people interested in my product. I literally have everything broken down on how to create an online sales funnel. Right. So one of the parts of creating an online sales funnel, I'm gonna actually play a video and I'm gonna show you how we do that. Right. So when you have you're starting a brand or you're starting a business online, right? You have to create this thing, write this down. It's called a VSL. VSL is one of the most important things that you need when trying to get consistent sales, right? So a VSL, and then you have to have a lead magnet. That's another thing. So for the person who asked that question, how do you get into digital marketing? 1, you need to create a lead magnet. 2, you need to create a VSL. A VSL stands for video sales letter, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and if we can go ahead and kick that in, let me stop my screen. Let me show you guys my VSL. See if we can play that. So this is, I basically, when people come to my website, after they see my lead magnet, my VSL pops up. So I show you my lead magnet too. All right, let me see.
We're gonna cue that video up real quick. But guys, if you got any questions right now, definitely drop them in the chat. If you got any questions, because we about to answer a couple of these questions that pertain to your particular business. All right, because at the end of the day, Okay, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and play this video real quick. It's via self video.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Jacoby, man, and I want to talk to y'all about the elephant in the room. I know you're trying to figure out how to get consistent sales online. I know you want to travel the world while getting payment notifications, but you haven't figured out how to stop working in your business versus working on your business. So listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach you guys my 3-step scaling horizontal method on how I help my clients get consistent sales online.
The only thing you should be asking yourself is, how do I get started today? So listen, this is what I want you to do. I want you to click the link above. I want you to book a call. When you book a call, we are going to be asking you qualifying questions just to make sure that our synergies match. And if our synergies match, then we can actually foster a relationship and help you change your business impact online, right? So the goal is to take your business from being ashy to classy. So if you're ready to tap in with digital brands so you can get wrapped in, make sure you click the link above. We're ready to help you and your bank account go to the next level. Let's go. We're out.
Okay. And that video said that it was spicy. So that's kind of what y'all be doing for your clients? Because
yeah, we do all that. We do all that. So from start to finish, from editing to writing email funnels to SMS funnels to landing pages, it's a one-stop shop of building your business.
Awesome. So yeah, quickly, I know one T Black, he asked, can you say the 6 P's again real quickly? Run through the 6 P's real quick. Let them know what the 6 P's are.
All right, let me share my screen.
I know it wasn't on the screen when we were doing it. It was like,
oh, it wasn't on the screen.
It was on the screen, but it wasn't like highlighted how the other ones highlighted.
All right, let me go back. All right. So again, this is in no particular order. I'm gonna give you guys my order again. I like people first, place second.
Hold on, not showing the screen yet. Hold on. Bring over the screen for you. All right, you can go ahead, champion. Scroll down. Yeah, you can see it, but scroll down to where the 6 P's are. Oh, there we go. First one. Yep. How to research the industry. Yep.
The most important thing. This is the fundamentals. So, like I said, there's a lot of other stuff you can go through in this document, but these are the fundamentals. People, I like people first because I like to know who I'm targeting. So, in marketing, we call it a customer avatar. So you may want to write that down. Marketing, we call it a customer avatar. What does your person? So if you're working with like a marketing agency, they'll typically ask you, okay, what does your audience, what do they like to watch? What do they like to read? Where do they like to frequent, right? And you're creating a customer profile because typically we're all the same. We all have similar behaviors, and it's segments of people that you put these people into a bucket and you position your offer based off of their proclivities. That's another word. So it's proclivity. And what you do is once you do that, you could either hire, like you can do an agency, or if you're, again, budget is small, you can literally go to like Fiverr or something like that and find someone. But again, I've had some okay results and I've had some not so okay results. So if you prefer to work with an actual agency that has results, then you definitely hit me up. And but with marketing, it is an application process. We don't accept everyone for marketing. We just want to get a better idea of your direction, your thought process, because marketing is one of those things that you really have to have the right mindset for and understand that it's about awareness first and then revenue second, right? And that's called attraction-based marketing. See, a lot of people, when they try to start their businesses, if they don't make money within the first 90 days or the 30 days, they feel like it's unsuccessful. My first year in business, we barely was able to pay rent. We just barely had enough money for food and rent.
What kept you going?
Kept it going. So yeah. So
that's what kept you going.
Oh, what kept it going? That why. You got to have that why. It got to be bigger than you. So my why was always my mom. So, you know, that's why I keep telling that story is I seen athletes buying they mom's cars. I seen rappers buying their mom's cars. I seen athletes buying their mom houses. I seen rappers buying their mom houses. And I didn't know any other way to do it besides entrepreneurship.
And that's important. That's super important. So yeah, I'm gonna let you go do that to do the 5 to do a 6 piece. But you got so much game, man. It's just crazy, bro.
No, man, it's good, man. So people, promotion, place, process, price, product.
Copy.
All right.
Yeah, got that? Cool. So I got another question for you, man. What do you feel is the best way to market a membership for your particular niche? And VSL as well as a lead magnet.
So what's the best way to do what?
What's the best way to market a membership for your particular niche, like a VSL as well as a lead magnet? What's the best way to market?
So to get somebody to sign up for a service that's a monthly?
Yes, like a membership. Yep, membership site.
A membership. Provide an immense amount of value. You give a lot of value away for free, where they feel it's called an irresistible offer, where they feel almost stupid for not being inside of the inside circle, right? One, so you got to provide a lot of value on the front end. And then two, I usually like sales funnels, right? So with a sales funnel, this is what you need for a sales funnel. You need a sales page with great design and great copy. Can you guys see my screen?
Pulling it back up. All right, yep, we got it.
All right, so this is what you need. You need a sales page. I'll show you guys one. So here's my sales page with my lead magnet. So what I do here, right? I actually give you this, and this is I give this to you, Jeff, so you can actually give it to everybody in the audience. But it's a 10 marketing steps you can't afford to miss workbook, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody that joined on the chat today, they can get this, and this is basically the 10 things I wish I would have did or wish I would have known when I started. And I give a step-by-step guide, right? And you can give this basically of me having 7 years of experience, and I put it in a quick workbook, something that's not going to be overwhelming, but just quick 10 bars.
That's powerful. Yeah, we're going to definitely get that source away. Y'all know I'm going to have that code that you need to text the number to. We're going to get that, and you're going to get everything else that we're going to speak about today.
Yeah, so let's give them that. And then this, as it says, this is what you need. You need a sales page. You need a lead magnet with a free offer, right? An opt-in offer. Now, I recommend a webinar funnel, right? So for me, I do a webinar, right? And I actually have a free training. So if you guys want to get the free training, I'll give that to you, Jeff also, and you can give them the free training. And through the webinar, you explain your value, you explain what's happening in your community, right? So us as playmakers, we talk about what's going on in the playmaker community. So from there, it's just all about, does that person want to relieve their pain, right? It's not about, I guess, what's taught, it's about what's caught, right? So if they hear the information and then it's a good fit, because you don't want nobody that had to think about it super hard. I want somebody who's like, yo, this is what I've been looking for, right? So through a webinar, they get a chance to know, and trust you, get a feel for you, understand who you are, see your story, and then you make your offer at the end. The offer could be a course, the offer could be a membership. That's what I would recommend to anybody who's trying to sell a membership.
Now, when you say, are you doing, so you say give immense value, is that through the VSL, to the lead magnet, on social media? When you say give immense value, like, and what does that even look like? I know a lot of people hear that. What does that look like in real life?
What does it look like in real? Okay, man. So he want the deets. So what is it? The deets with the receipts. All right. So what does it look like in real life? In real life, it's one on social media, right? So social media, you can do it through your captions by telling people how to breaking down the journey of where they're at to get to where you are. Real bars, steps, plays through your captions. real steps and plays through your videos. Right now that Instagram has made it so easy with reels, where you can literally just drop reels and you can put, hey, this is what you do. Like one of my most viral videos that I posted was 3 tips to be successful. Number 1 was stay ready so you don't got to get ready. Number 2 was be okay with being the dumbest person in the room. Right. And then number 3 was get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Right. Mm-hmm. Now that sounds really vague, but you will be surprised how many people DM me and was like, bro, I needed to see that. So to me, it wasn't as high level as I thought. But again, you never know what stage a person is in. So what I say is just put out the information. So that's what it looks like. Put out what you know, put out what you read, and let the audience tell you if it's valuable, right? Social media. Another way is I say how to get in front of an audience. You have to have an ESP system set up. Write that down, ESP. ESP is an email service provider. An email service provider, you can create, as it says, nurturing emails. So emails with real life value. So I send out videos and I teach people about how to look at your credit profile, how to look at your credit report. So now if I teach somebody with a free consultation of how to analyze their credit report and they see that value, what are they going to want to do next, Jeff?
Move forward with what you got going on.
They say, okay, cool. You understand credit. You're looking at my profile. You're telling me some advice on what I did wrong and what I could be doing better. They're going to make 2 decisions. I'm going to literally give them everything and say, you can do it on your own, or if you're a hands-off person, you can hire my team to do it. Now, I just educated them on their credit. Now they want credit repair. Now, after the credit, well, they don't even care about credit repair. They want what the credit gives them. Mm-hmm. So they say, yo, I want a house. I want a car. But I had to give them value before they even allow me to get that deep into their social.
Right.
So that's what it looks like. If they say, if I'm going to charge you, I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm going to just get right to the price. I'm going to show you a price on something for a service. Right? Can you see this? I'm going to show you this.
Yep, see it now.
All right. So for me, a branding marketing funnel set up from front to back, right? If this is just bare bones, like no discounts, setting up everything, we had $15,800. Right? Before I get to getting $15,800, I probably gave you $20,000 worth of free game. Right? Before I can get you to spend $15K. Now, of course, I have things that I do all inclusive, but if I'm before I charge you $3,500 for a sales funnel, guess what? I done taught you how to do it yourself for free 3-4 times.
So why people pay? Why would people still pay? You know, you tell them everything. Why do people still pay? In your opinion?
Because I ask you this: if you go out and you went and enrolled into NASCAR, right? And you said, I'm gonna enroll in a NASCAR because I know how to drive, right? Mm-hmm. But you competing against Jeff Gordon. Both of y'all know how to drive. But Jeff Gordon gonna hit them turns a little bit better. Next guy is a lot better than you. He gonna lap you 4 or 5 times, right? He gonna lap you probably 10 times. So by the time you were trying to spin it, because you know how to drive, you know it's just a big circle. You know it's just a big circle. But Jeff Gordon has 15 years of experience. 20 years of experience. So I'm gonna share the game with you, but you can go out there and try to do it. Like for me, bro, I'm in a stock trading class right now. I have friends trying to teach me for free. I said, okay, cool. I can learn for free. I just paid a professional Wall Street trader, like 20 years of experience, like one of the big dogs, $1.3 billion portfolio, right? I could learn from my homies for free, but no, I wouldn't have paid that bag because I want to learn. I wanted to come and say, yo, I've been blessed to be fortunate enough to afford to get in these type of rooms. Right? So not only would they pay me for that, because guess what? I got a full breakdown on exactly how to do a webinar. So yeah, I tell you to go do a webinar, but do you really know how to do a webinar?
Right.
Do you know every way to overcome a pain point, the roadblocks, the pitch, the promise, the case studies? Do you know how to format it? Even with this, somebody gonna take a picture of this right now and think they got it figured out. Bro, the biggest mistake I've made, even to this day, is not getting in rooms. That's the biggest mistake. I regret. I would be up so much further if I would just get in the rooms with other people who are doing what I wish they were doing, right? You know how many times I've missed out on opportunities, just like, man, I don't feel like it, I don't want to do it today. So it don't matter about somebody showing you the game. Sometimes you gotta pay what you weigh to get to the next level.
And I agree with you 1,000,000,000,000%. You know, they say first of all, they say cheap is the new expensive, right?
Oh.
Cheap is the new expensive. So in that regard, you want to pay your way in the room, because if the first thing happened, you're in the room that most people are not in the room with. So the people that's in that room, they're high quality people, high level, and their mindset is at high level because they understand the importance of trading that dollar for that access, right? For that room. And versus you saying, you know, I can go on YouTube University and learn that thing, right? People do that all the time, and then they get to a point and they're stuck. Like, but they ain't tell me this. Of course not. It's YouTube University, right? And so I feel what you're saying that on that level is super strong. What you're saying, like this is what it takes, right? This is what it takes for you to be able to do a marketing brand strategy. And I don't think I know what kind of brand that you guys market. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. You guys, he did a post about this hair company that he done the work for. A lot of you that you follow, all you women that follow these hair companies, guess who do their websites? I ain't gonna tell you. Let's show it. Let's show who does the websites.
When she says she wants her hair done, but doesn't know that I have the whole wig industry on speed dial.
You guys understand, like this is high level playmaking right here. A lot of you women go to their website or whatever and get your hair done from over there, but he's the one that created the whole brand and vision for them for you guys to even feel like you want to support those businesses, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
And so when it comes to the design that you guys do, what's the mindset of how you guys have these designs where you're getting all these clients, and these are high level clients, right? Is it you gonna have a couple of them so they use that same strategy where you did their website and show them what could look like?
For some of them, yes. So some of them just presenting it, but at the same time, what we do is we play a little bit of bully ball, right? And so a bully ball is, for example, iPhones. This iPhone, right? This iPhone probably costs us like $1,000, right? But realistically, it can make us millions, right? So if Apple was selling this to you or just me individually, this computer, and not to the mass public, this would probably cost us about $300,000 to buy this, $400,000 to buy this. But they subsidize it because they put their little Apple symbol on it, right? So because of their branding, they subsidize it and make it cheaper because they're selling it at a mass. And they say, we're going to discount it to you for $1,000 because it's really about $300,000 a computer. But because we're doing it to the mass public, we discount it. So we do the same thing with digital brands. A website from digital brands realistically shouldn't cost no less than $10,000, right? But we put our logo at the bottom of the websites, right? And a part of you getting that website for a subsidized price is going to say designed by digital brands, right? Now, if you don't want that, that's fine. You just got to pay the piper. We'll remove it, but you're going to pay a more premium price point. But this is the thing. We built our brand so big that it started being clients start getting more sales because people were like, oh, you got your website by digital brands. I know you legit. So we came in with a plan in mind and said, we're not going to budge. If you don't want our logo on your website, you either got to pay the piper or you can't get a website from us, right? So we came in with procedures and processes, right? So yeah, man, same thing. iPhone. If iPhone wasn't selling this to the public, this thing would be 300 bands.
Wow, because of what it produces for you.
Yeah,
potentially.
Yeah, what you gonna do with it?
That's crazy. So now, so you got the brand. People know the brand. Like, oh, you got it done by Digital Brands, or you official. Boom, right? And so I see somebody ask another question. Dan the Man, aka Blue, he said, "What advice is tips on website designs?" Like, I believe how I think he asked another question. Advice / tips, content creation overall to create awareness and attraction. Like, how you guys would they make your website look so amazing to where it's like color wise and all that stuff to make it feel like this is a very legit website. People make websites all over the place.
All over, yeah, for sure. Like I said, going back to my homie Philly, man, my business partner, the app guy, he just had a very unique thing, and it was called a dynamic banner. So most people banners just have like a static image, and it's just one image graphic. So what he brought to the space was movement. That was like the first thing that he brought, and everything came in like layer, movement, graphics, videos, and it was just like really interactive. So that was like the initial way that we kind of like set ourselves apart. Now, as far as the web design, the reason why people choose us because we're not a web development company. We're a marketing company that just so happens to make dope web design. Right? So we use the websites as a lead magnet, but then we educate. Once we get on the phone with the people, when they see the value of saying, oh, what's your conversion rate? Oh, you don't know your conversion rate? Oh, how long have you been in business? Do you think that's good that you're a business owner and you don't know how many people are coming to your website versus how many people are checking out? It's probably something you should know, right? You know how many people come into your house every day, right? Right? That's your website is your home. You got to know how many people come. And you want people to come over. What are you doing actively to make sure that they come over? Oh, you're not promoting? My man asked a question about marketing, right? Or he just asked a question about content creation. So it goes back to the fundamentals. The fundamentals is researching the industry. So you go back and you see who's creating content, right? Who's creating content? Okay, cool. This person's creating content. My iPhone allows me to save folders right in my phone. So I can save audios. I can look at my timeline and see who's acting. And then I say, okay, I like how the way this person did it. And I'm just going to recreate it. The fundamentals is buy the Ford, take it apart, and you put it back together.
That's crazy.
That's the fundamentals. Go to TikTok. The play is on TikTok. See the videos, save the video, and recreate the video. Right? If you look at the video, so you can search entrepreneurship, like you can search hashtags. You can search, if you're selling credit, you can search credit. And you can see what other high-level people, not even high-level, you can see what other people are doing, and you can recreate exactly what they're doing, right? Now, the app it's some apps that you can use. I'm gonna give you guys some apps, right? A good app is CapCut. I think that's what it's called. I think it's called CapCut.
And it's crazy because everything he's talking about, y'all, is something that you can actually go to YouTube University or on TikTok, and there's people that are doing tutorials of a certain video that you like, right? They how to do that XYZ video, and they just do it as well. I mean, this thing is they make it a real elementary for you to do what they do.
Yep, same process. You literally just follow the play. You highlight a couple people who do consistent content creation. Go on your iPhone. You can save the people content like you do folders. So I have like stuff that I want to recreate, stuff that I'm inspired by, quotes. So you save a content folder. And I recommend if you have a small budget or if you have friends or family around you, get somebody to record you 1 or 2 days a week. The way that I started, I had 1 day a week. Every Thursday, I had my content creator drive to me. We shot 6 or 7 videos, 8 videos in 1 day. So now I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen and show you that this ain't no joke. Now I have a project management board with all my content saved.
Sheesh.
So when I run ads, I got instructions for my ad manager. I break down the instructions. I say, listen, this is my strategy goals. My strategy goals is I want to get new leads. So create campaigns for new sales. I also want to distribute my content to gain followers and gain authority. I also want to promote my masterclass to educate and execute my big ticket sales. And I also want to redo conversion campaign upsells to get repeat customers. Whenever my copywriter writes my copy, I say, this is what I want you to do. Always present the problem first. Then present that we have the solution. Then present the unique value, what makes us different, and then do a call to action.
Oh, that's a bar.
Right? So for example, I give it to you in a formula. I'm gonna probably jack this up because I'm about to try to freestyle. So present the problem. All right, so for you, Jeff, your car. So, most people have a liability with their car note and have to focus on paying a bill every month. But what we did at Cars and Bars is we figured out how to turn those liabilities into assets. And we've been doing this, my unique value, and we've been doing this for over a year with over 1,000 plus students. If you want to learn how to do this also, click the link below.
Oh, dude, that's fire. You meant that up. That was on point.
Okay, cool,
Right.
man. That's it. Remember I talked about that Jeff Gordon? That's why people pay me.
Yes, sir.
So this is the formula. I'm giving you guys my whole back end, y'all. So I put my ads here, and then I do 3 different type of ads: top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. Right? I actually go through this. I have a whole course that kind of breaks that down. It's too much information to give you in one call. We'll be on the call all day. But I give you guys one more strategy too, is whenever you're promoting something, you want to, write this down. It's called customer hacking. It's a bar, customer hacking. You want to post and ask your followers a question, so you hack their engagement. Which website design would you choose? Right? Boom. I post this, ask them a question. Now, when I ask them a question, this is what happens, right? So this is my personal page, guys. If you guys want to follow me, it's coolest nerd ever. But here's my business Instagram, digital brands. When I ask the question, we see what's going on.
Oh, engagement.
All right. So yeah, that's the play. That's the play. And then, like I said, I got my ads. Like, I wish I could go into this, but this is so long-winded. But this is how it's a framework. I got everything actually broken down into a course that I created called Never Go Broke Again. And it breaks down this exact formula too. So,
yeah, we're gonna talk about this. So you got a course and you got an ebook, right?
I got a course and I got an ebook.
Now the ebook was designed. What's the name of the ebook? And what was it designed to do?
Marketing secrets that help my clients make millions of dollars.
Yes, sir. So shout out to Blue. He actually bought your joint. He was like, man, that thing's phenomenal. You know, he actually liked the ebook. And then we see that you got a couple of friends when it comes to this course thing. I don't know if people know about Bandman Kevo, but how you and Bandman Kevo got together?
Word of mouth. So he heard about me in Atlanta with the creating courses, and we wanted to just help fine tune his course. So me and him linked up, and we helped fine tune his course because he was already doing an educational platform. He was one of the big dogs in the educational platform as far as like the credit space, and he just wanted to organize it a little bit better.
Oh wow!
And we decided to partner up, and we did the Never Go Broke Again together.
That's crazy. So before I play that video real quick, just show them quickly what people have you worked with so far. You got any pictures of websites and
Yeah,
stuff that
for
you
sure.
done already?
Yeah,
So
for
y'all
sure,
can
man.
see how spicy this brother really get. We're gonna talk about the course and we're gonna get out of here. But I want to make sure that y'all see this brother's a high level playmaker. He done help so many high level people as well as anybody get their brands together, get their marketing together to where they're making endless sales.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna pull up my PowerPoint slide real quick. Let's see.
If y'all got find value from this podcast, I need to see some flames in the chat.
Yeah, throw me some flames in there. Throw me some flames. I'm gonna get my webinar up real quick. Not my webinar, my flyer. I'm gonna pull this up. Let's see if it's loading. There we go. All right, so this is actually just a front screenshot of that goes into my actual free training. I go deeper into detail, but I started it off with how to build a six-figure income from the comfort of your home. Wealth secrets that you should know. These are some of my clients that you see. I worked with New Age CEO. I worked with Wall Street Trapper. I worked with a lot of names, recession proof in the beauty industry. Alonzo Arnold. I'm rebranding Earn Your Leisure's website right now. I did the Circle of CEOs website, man, and countless more. A lot of people, man. It's kind of hard to remember so many, but the best part about this, I'm gonna skip through this, is the relationships that I was able to build. Right. Oh, let me go to some of these other brands. I've done Diamond Dynasty. I work with Snob Life, Finance Girls, Lust Model. These are some other designs, Facet, Exotic Car Rentals, man, thousands, thousands, man. And then, like I said, I've done public speaking. I've been able to work online and offline, teaching entrepreneurship. I got featured on CBS also, right, with an exotic rental car company with my boy Matt, right? We both had exotic rentals. I've done, like I said, public speaking in different places. I've been able to build relationships with a lot of other high-level playmakers from that's me, Bam and Kevo, Aristotle, me Runway, Justin, Alex, Grant Cardone, my boy Mike Bless, Neo, Marcus, Jeremy, Him 500, Zoda Goat. So, man, basically, man, just been able to build relationships. And as I say, relationships win championships. So I actually go through this in detail in my free training. I'll let you guys get that free training too. It's a really in-depth training. I talk about how to investing. I talk about e-com. I talk about all those good things, bro.
So we're going to, in order to get his free training, the free that we talked about, and access to his course, as well as ebook, I need you guys to text the word NERD, N-E-R-D, to 470-333-1430. Text the word NERD, N-E-R-D, to 470-333-1430, and we make sure we get all that content to you. Now, he got this course that said never go broke again, and I'm talking about it's spicy. Now, like I said, for those who tune in right now, you'll be able to learn through this man how to build a digital marketing brand that you can scale to millions. He actually can redo your brand. You got a product, service, whatever, and we're going to have it to where when you text the word nerd, you'll be able to get on the schedule and see if you can even be accepted as one of his clients. Right. So at the end of the day, let's go and play the clip for his course, and make sure that you guys are tapped in.
New Never Going Broke Again course coming soon. And when I say never going broke again, I mean never. I'm giving all the sauce on how to do Airbnb, how to do Turos, how to do trade lines, how to fix your credit, how to build your credit,
how to buy real estate, how to market your business, how to brand your business, everything. Basically everything that we learned on how to stop you from going broke.
So with that being said, the number one thing that we're going to be doing on this course is we're going to be doing Zoom calls. You want to get on the call with me and Nerd, we're going to be charging the fee, but everything that you need to know about never going broke again is going to really be able to help your life go to the next level. Click this link.
And sometimes you got to pay, because if you don't pay, you don't pay attention. So we're going to show y'all how to avoid the mistakes that we made so y'all can really get to this bag. Real mentorship. So tap in. Let's go.
Sir.
Let's go. Never going broke again, nigga.
Back on fast just like it was a cheetah.
Yeah, we over there jamming, over the back jamming. You hear me? Yo, that's never broke. It's gonna be crazy, y'all. Y'all need to definitely tap in. NERD 470 333-1430. The digital millionaire himself is going to show you more things that you couldn't even imagine can even happen for your business, product, or service. So like I said, any last words you want to leave with the people before we get out of here?
Man, I would say this, man. It's two ways to learn: from mentors or from mistakes. Mistakes gonna cost you a lot of time and money, but mentors may cost you a little bit of money, but it's gonna save you a lot of time.
Ooh-wee. Listen, on that note, y'all already know what time it is. Go hard or go home, because if you don't go hard, you're not gonna have a home to go to. We'll see you next live or next podcast show. We out. Peace.
Yeah, peace.
I remember being homeless. And that's the moment I decided to go hard.